Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of JAFM Audio. We're gonna get right into it. We're gonna talk today Mets baseball.
Yes, yes.
Mets who are currently sitting at 43 and 44 in the year, a game below 500. Their last 10, they're 5-5. Currently up against the Pittsburgh Pirates in the top of the ninth, losing 2-1 after Diaz came with two outs in the bottom of the eighth and couldn't get the final out in the bottom of the eighth.
Fifth blown save for Edwin Diaz. He needs the sticky stuff. You know what can you say? Is it the sticky stuff or is it him?
I'm not
Fifth blown
sure
save.
yet. Yeah, so that's an issue that we have. It's bullpen problems that we've had all season. All right.
Yeah,
The Mets
I
are
don't
in the
know.
middle of the pack in the league in the bullpen for a 4 ERA. Seventh inning or later, they have a 4.29 ERA. We definitely need pitching. So does half the league. Needs bullpen help. By the way, Alvarez got on with a leadoff walk against Chapman here in the top of the ninth. So let's
All
hope
right,
that.
maybe the Mets could capitalize on that, but we'll see.
Yeah, so let's look at some positives now. We have Kodai Senga.
Oh, I know you've been waiting for
Yes.
his return. All the Mets have been waiting for
Yes.
his return.
Yes, Kodai Senga has pitched the rehab game. He's slated to pitch another rehab on July 9th, which is a Tuesday in AAA ball. He should be back after the All-Star break, which is around July 19th. I'm not saying he's going to start the first game back, but you should expect him back late July.
Now, what are you expecting from Kodai Senga? I mean, I know in the beginning of the season you were pretty excited. Then we find out, he had some arm soreness, was out for a couple weeks, and now he ends up missing half of the season here.
Yes.
What are you expecting from him?
I just expect him to pitch, to be honest. I want him to pitch, and if he can come back and pitch like he did last year, which was really, really impressive, then it's a good look for the Mets. Then everybody can move down a spot. You got Severino number 2 and so on. But you know what I'm looking at? If Senga can come back and pitch well, then the Mets can possibly trade one of their starters for a bullpen arm, a decent bullpen arm.
Yeah, I think that's a very positive sign for the Mets, but will he, be effective when he does return? Now, interesting stat here. June is over, guys.
Yes.
It is now July. The Mets seem to have cooled off just slightly. The hitting hasn't been as good. James, moving into the trade deadline and the halfway point of the season, what do you want to see? What kind of moves do you want the Mets to be making? Do you want to add talent? Do you want to, look forward to next season? How do you want to move forward with
so
the
I think
remainder?
it would be smart to add a bullpen arm because obviously this team needs it. I don't want to really change much offensively. I think the offense is fine. Actually, I think they've been doing really well. Obviously, with the addition of Martinez and Alvarez in that lineup together. The Mets seem to hit the ball well and score runs. And I don't want to make any big moves where we're going to have to give up a young prospect and then for a 33-year-old veteran who's hitting the ball well, and then in 3 years I watched that young prospect on the Braves hitting 27 home runs, and the guy we traded for is towards the end of his career.
Yeah.
I don't want to see any of that. So go for bullpen, cheap bullpen help. No big trades. Can this team make the playoffs? Yes, they can. Can they make a run? I mean, anything is possible. I just don't think at the current state the Mets are now, they should really give up anything valuable to go make a move. And as I say that, Mr. Beta gets a base hit. So now it's first and second for my Mets with nobody out in the top of the ninth. So they need to score a run to tie this game. And let's hope they do.
Yeah, so, look, I know you don't want to make any big moves. So basically, you don't think that the Mets are really going to make too much noise in the playoffs. Do you think they're going to win the wild card? Because that's what they're looking at right now. I don't think they're fighting for like a true playoff seed. I think they're a wild card team at this point in the season.
Right.
But you're right. Anything is possible. In baseball, it is baseball, but. I see they should go out and get maybe a couple pieces. Look forward to next year.
Yeah.
I don't see the Mets making too much noise in the second half of the season. They had a good month in June, but June's over.
Right.
And back to reality.
Yeah, I think what they should do is once again keep keep this trend where you're going with the young players. It's fun to watch Alvarez. It's fun to watch Vientos. It's fun to watch Christian Scott. Let's stay that pace where we're bringing the young kids, having them play, and we build for 25. Do you make any big moves? Once again, to get somebody valuable, you have to give up value. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And would have to give up a young player. And I don't want to give up any young players. I'm sure the fans don't want to give up any young players. And I'm sure the front office doesn't want to give up any good young players.
Yeah, exactly. I really like Alvarez.
Yes.
Catching this guy, he's a beast, and he might be the next star in New York. For the New York Mets team.
Yes.
He can hit the ball. He has an immaculate arm behind the plate, throwing runners out.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's like a diamond in the rough right now. He's
Yeah.
really, really good. That's a really good player. And I think if he continues on this trend, he's going to make a name for himself, and he's going to be a household name eventually.
Yeah. You have until July 30th for the trade deadline. You have 3 weeks. I mean, now if this team goes, 16-4 the next 20, then you're pretty much forcing the front office to make a move.
Yeah.
I don't see them doing that. But if they can stay consistent, stay at 500, add a piece, nothing crazy, add a bullpen arm, maybe somebody that comes out of nowhere and he's lights out in the 8th inning, and then you can bridge the gap to Diaz, then I'm okay with doing that. Other than that, if somebody comes around and says, hey, we'll give you a couple of prospects for Mr. Starlin Marte, you have to do that move. You have to make that move.
I doubt that's gonna happen, but we'll see.
Well, you never know.
I mean, speaking of, you said 19-4. You said the next,
16-4, the next 20.
Their schedule, they got a pretty light schedule coming up. They got the Nationals, the Rockies, the Marlins. They should win those series. They're gonna lose 2 to the Yankees. They're gonna play the Braves. That's gonna be a good one. They're gonna play the Braves, and they got the Twins. Angels, they should win. Cardinals, they should win. Rockies again, which they should win. Mariners, that's maybe 50-50. And then
now we're going
A's.
into August, though.
Yeah.
The problem is you got to make your move before July 30th.
Yeah, but...
So, if this team can somehow get 5 to 7 games above 500 in the next 3 weeks, maybe you
have a shot.
Well, maybe you could justify...
They do have a shot.
Maybe you could justify giving up young talent, maybe someone in Double-A that we haven't heard of, but it's pretty good, and making a move like that. But as it stands now, I don't think anything drastic should be done.
Yeah.
Maybe you buy and sell. You sell here, you buy here. You have to have faith in the front office. They've done a good job so far this year. If the players are not getting it done, they go out, they demote said player, and they promote someone else.
All right, ready?
Yes.
3 players on the chopping block that you just need to get rid of, that you're looking forward to get rid of. Who do you want to see moved off the team?
Unfortunately, like I said, I like Marte, but he's definitely one of them.
That's one.
Marte, he bothers me. I feel like he's just not the hustler he was in years past. You know what I mean? Doesn't go hard after balls, and he doesn't run everything out. And I know he has groin issues, and I get it. But he just seems like the player that I'd rather see somebody else in right field. Put, like my man Tyrone Taylor putting his body on the line out there in right field.
Yeah.
Another player I probably can do without at this point is Ottavino.
Adam Ottavino, that's your boy.
He drives me crazy. It just seems like in every big spot he can't get the job done.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing too well.
And unfortunately, and once again, I love the guy. He's been a Met for years. Jeff McNeil. As Torrens looks at a strike right down the middle. Now it's 2 outs in the ninth. Jeff McNeil is definitely one that I think his time has come here. He's not hitting for average. He's not hitting for power. He's playing a good defense. Even in left field, he's played decent defense. But he's an automatic out in that lineup. And unfortunately, if he's not hitting 295, he's useless to the Mets lineup.
Yeah, well, let's see as we approach the trade deadline. Maybe they do move one of those 3 guys at least.
Yes.
Move them around or get some pieces to fill into their spot.
Yes.
All right. So that's what we want to see.
Yes.
Approaching the trade dedeadline. Any other remarks or anything else you want to know?
No, that's it. And just win the series. Try to win series. Like you said, we have with the Pirates. We have another game with the Pirates tomorrow, Monday, and then the Nationals come into town. We have 3 against the Nationals. Should win that series. We have 3 against the Rockies. Should win that series. Then we go to the All-Star break. By the way, do you watch the All-Star game at all or no?
I haven't really tuned in lately. It's it's kind of hard to watch lately. You know, the All-Star game. You know, guys really don't play too serious.
Yeah, I enjoy the celebrity softball game.
Yeah, the celebrity. That's
I think it's fun.
I like the home run derby. Home run derby's fun to me.
Not bad. I can do without that also.
Oh my god, that's probably one of my favorite events.
So we have a break from the 15th through the 18th. You're not gonna have baseball. You're gonna have the All-Star game and the celebrity and the home run derby and then you get back to baseball on the 19th. So the Mets have a few series coming up that they should be able to win.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can get it done. Let's see if we can get 5 games over. And by the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, let's see if Mr. David Stearns and King Cohen will make some moves to improve this New York Mets ball club.
All right.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you on the next one, guys.
Yes. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and comment. Let us know what you think should be done to the New York Mets baseball club.
Take care.